What up, guys? You're looking at some footage I shot earlier today near Big Sky, Montana, just outside of Bozeman, Montana, which is my new home. If you have followed the channel for a little while, you know when I started it a year ago, I was still living in San Francisco, but I got the hell out of there, and these are my new grounds. When I'm not working or playing Xbox or anything else, this is my favorite place to hang out. Obviously, the snowboarding's incredible, and it's very scenic and beautiful, and I wanted to give you guys a chance to see what the area around my house looks like, and we can take a tour of Library HQ, and you can see the setup I use when I'm recording the videos. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so this is my room and setup. Sorry if the mic sounds kind of shitty. I'm just using my iPhone to tape this, so it's not going to be the best audio quality ever. But yeah, that's what it looks like. You know, not super fancy, but it gets everything done that I need it to. I guess the obvious place to start is down here. I hide my Xbox down under here in this little mini dungeon because it kind of makes a lot of noise. As you can see, it's an old shitty arcade Xbox that I've upgraded with various parts and pieces. It's got a 20 gigabyte hard drive on it, some other stuff, and it's obviously got a hodgepodge of library stickers that kind of complete its Frankenbox look, which I kind of like, but it's a piece of crap. It's really loud, and I don't like to have its sound in my microphone, so I hide it under here when I play. And yeah, it's not the greatest Xbox in the world, but no one has one that looks like it, so I like that aspect of it. From my Xbox, obviously through HDMI, comes up here, hooks up to this little guy. Let me move this stuff out of the way. This guy that most people are familiar with. It's an Elgato Game Capture HD. Most serious YouTubers are using these days. If you have not heard of it, this is the actual device that does the capturing of the game footage and sends it to your computer to record. It's basically just an HDMI pass-through in and out, and it's got a USB to your computer. It'll do 1080p. It's a great product, highly recommended. There's no external power, and it's the size of, a deck of cards. Great piece of equipment. But before that, I was using this to record gameplay, which is a Hauppauge HD PVR. This thing will do the same thing that does, but it does it with component cables instead of HDMI, and it's a little bit clunkier. It needs external power. It'll still get you a 720p signal, which is good. Just not quite as nice and easy to use as that Elgato is. But, I still keep this around because it's the first library piece of equipment, and in case the Elgato breaks or something like that, I have a backup. Bonus points if you know the band on the PVR. Obviously got some library stickers on both of those. But yeah, from the Elgato, the game signal goes over to my gaming display, which I'll talk about in a little bit, and then through the Elgato you get a nice live, obviously, rewindable, whoops, sorry, let me adjust this, rewindable signal, of the game that's being played over here that you can record at any time. What else? Note about the computer, it's a 2012 27-inch iMac. I know there's a lot of Apple haters, and I will admit this computer is overpriced, but it is a fantastic product. I'm a big fan of Mac software, prefer to use Mac software, and that's really why I go Mac. And this computer I really, really love. I just got it a couple months ago. It's got a 27-inch display, for 2560 by 1440, so absolutely gorgeous display. Very thin profile, awesome machine. It's a 2.9 gigahertz processor. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. Not the most souped up machine ever, but it does everything I need it to do wonderfully. So highly recommended. Just got a 1080p webcam mounted up there. I don't have a lot of upgrades to the computer outside of a couple hard drives on it. I've got a terabyte backup drive. The computer automatically backs up all my data. Then I've got this Rage drive right here. It's just a 320 gig where I store all my raw Rage footage, and the finished products I'll go on that drive. You can see actually on the computer, sorry if that's not focusing, but the icon for the Rage drive is the little Rage face, which I think is kind of cool, right? Obviously the display I use to play is it's a 27-inch Samsung. It's 1080p. I actually prefer to play on smaller displays. I know a lot of people really like, having a 50-inch TV or whatever else, and that's cool, but I like for gaming anyway, not necessarily for movies or whatever. For gaming, I like playing on smaller displays. I like to sit up closely, and I feel like my reaction time is faster. I feel like it's just less straining on the eyes, so I go with this 1080p 27-inch Samsung to play on. And it's awesome. It looks great. It's high resolution. No complaints with that. It's also pretty affordable. You can get one of these for like $300. So pretty recommended product. What else? What else? Oh, there's a keyboard and mouse there because I just have a shitty work computer hooked up to it. Sometimes I use this thing as a computer monitor too. This is my microphone. A lot of people ask me, like, how do you record your own voice live? I've got a microphone hot running all the time, and it is this bad boy right here, which is a Blue Yeti. It's got a pop filter on it, which is that big, stupid-looking thing. But that makes sure all the audio sounds nice and doesn't get poppy and crackly and shitty when I make my P's and my D's and all those hard sounds. But this is a great, great product. I used to run a Blue Snowball, and all Blue products are really great. But this microphone sounds awesome. Has a lot of different customizable settings. You can do it in stereo if you want. You can just set it to accommodate a wide variety of sounds, and it always sounds awesome, and I've found it to be really easy to work with. So highly, highly recommended if you want to do live commentaries, gameplay commentaries, anything where you need your voice to sound nice and clear and crisp. Great, great product. So that's, usually when I play, I just set this thing right down here on this little ledge, like so, and then I've got, something to speak into while I'm playing, and it'll sound awesome. My controller and my headset, nothing fancy. Obviously, people talk about modded controllers or whatever. I just have a shitty, like, year-old Microsoft controller. It is a cool blue color, but there's nothing fancy about this thing. It's a piece of crap. But I still love it, and I still use it. It's really worn out. Nothing cool about that. Headset is just a set of Triton wirelesses. Not great headset, but not crappy either. Sounds decent, is wireless. Can't complain about them. You get these for like $100, so they're not horribly overpriced either. What else? Oh, the games I've been playing recently. Tomb Raider, man. This game was surprisingly awesome. If you haven't picked this up, highly recommended. This is actually a surprisingly great game. And I've really, really enjoyed it. Got the Call of Duties, Halo. Halo 4 was a great campaign as well. Not so much into the Halo multiplayer anymore, but damn, it was just a very good campaign presentation. I've also got Dead Space 3 down here, which I was a little bit disappointed in. The first two Dead Spaces were just so amazing. That's the only reason I say that this one's a little bit disappointing. It's still a good game. It's just compared to the old ones, not as much into it. Before I got this computer, my nice fancy one, in March, for the first, 9-10 months of the channel, I ran it off of this little MacBook Pro 13-inch. And it did, for what it is, it's only, 2.4 gigahertz processor. It's only got 250 gigs of hard drive space. Pretty shitty graphics unit. It did a lot of work, and it served admirably. But after all that time, it was just time to upgrade. So I went ahead and put this one into retirement, but it still does a good job. What else? What else? That's really about it. I got my California license plates to commemorate my time there. Got that library mug to put pens in. All this stuff on the walls. Obviously, if you follow me on Twitter or wherever else you talk to me, originally from Minnesota. I've loved the Twins, loved the Vikings. Got my number 28 Purple Jesus jersey. These are replicas. They're not authentic, so that's the reason why they're not framed. It's not like they're super fancy. I just like to have something on the walls. So I got a Denard Span jersey, Adrian Peterson jersey. I've got a Joe Mauer jersey there. A shitty A's jersey that you get for free when you go to certain games at the Oakland Coliseum. So I just put that up there. Got a Buster Posey jersey from AT&T Park, which is pretty cool. It's a great, great park if you're into baseball at all. Must visit type of place. And then I'm not so big into basketball, but Brandon Roy, man, when I was going to school in Portland, he was an inspiring player. I remember that playoff game against the Mavericks a few years ago, where he pretty much single-handedly brought the team back from like 30 down or something ridiculous. So keep that up there because he's a dude. And he was just released. Sad story, but he's an awesome guy.
Anyway, if you're into snowboarding at all, I still have got my 2010 Rome Agent over here that's been kind of my go-to snowboard for the last few years. That's still going strong after 3 seasons on this thing. I got my Get Known sticker on the nose. What else? I got some shitty guitars. That Epiphone there, that acoustic on the left. It's the first guitar I ever owned. I got it at the end of my junior year of high school when I learned to play. And the one on the right is just a shitty Fender made in China. It's electric. I got these just to mess around on. I've never been more than a casual musician. I like to just pluck around and have fun and relax. So that's what those are for. What else? I got my Call of Duty Ghost poster because I'm a huge fanboy. I admit it. And I went down to GameStop to buy it. Got all my New Era hats because I love baseball and I love New Eras. And what else? All my shoes. Obviously, I love to wear those colored canvas Vans. It's pretty much what I rock all the time. But yeah, that's the setup I roll with. That is where all the entertainment from the library comes from. And if you have any questions about the setup, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer. And also sometimes people ask me questions about, production. How is it that I put everything together? How do you put the live audio over the live gameplay? How do you edit? How do you do this? How do you do that? If people want to see an example production video where, I could explain how to make a video like the ones I make, could probably do that as well. Just let me know. But yeah, this has been my crib. This has been my setup. Thank you for watching if you did, and I'll speak to you soon the next time we talk to a crazy person on Xbox Live. Bye!